Hi everyone, welcome back to Mahavani Diaries. Today, we're talking about another one of those sneaky mind games narcissists love to play. One that can leave you questioning your own sanity and doubting yourself. I call it hide-and-seek manipulation. This is when a narcissist hides your belongings, things they know you need or value, and then magically finds them later. Or worse, they wait for you to stumble across the item yourself and acts completely surprised as if you misplaced it. It's a psychological tactic designed to mess with your head, erode your self-confidence, and make you feel like you can't trust yourself. Sound familiar? If it does, you're not alone. Let me share a personal experience that really opened my eyes to this kind of manipulation. There was a time when someone I trusted, let's call her Shiv, inspired by Shiva, the figure often seen as embodying both creation and destruction. Anyways, she did something unthinkable. She hid something incredibly important to me, my prosthetic eye. I mean, of all things to mess with, right? When I confronted her, she indirectly admitted to having done something similar to her ex in the past. That's when it all clicked for me. This wasn't some random act of carelessness. It was a deliberate, calculated tactic. Part of a larger pattern designed to make others feel small, insecure, and ultimately dependent on her. What's wild is that I've experienced this kind of behavior more than once. And I've heard from others who have too. It's disturbingly common amongst the people with narcissistic tendencies. And it's all about control. By taking something they know you'll notice is missing, then either returning it or pretending it never happened, they are planting seeds of doubt in your mind. Let's break this down. Why do they do it? It's not about the object itself. It's about the emotional impact. First, it makes you second guess yourself. Did I misplace that? Am I getting forgetful? Over time, this erodes your self-trust, making you more likely to rely on them for validation and clarity. Second, it creates anxiety. You're left wondering, where is it? Did I lose it? What if it's gone forever? That anxiety keeps you emotionally off balance. And third, it's a power move. By controlling something as basic as your belongings, they're sending a message. I have power over you. What's even more insidious is how this tactic ties into deeper psychological manipulation. If you've read The Games People Play by Eric Berney, you'll know that people engage in games in relationships to assert control, avoid vulnerability, or meet hidden emotional needs. This particular game is like a twisted version of I'm only trying to help you, where the narcissist pretends to be there for you, be the hero by helping you find what they hid in the first place. It's all about creating a dynamic where you feel indebted to them for their help, even though they're the one causing the problem. This also ties into the 48 laws of power. Law 31, control the options, get others to play with the cards you deal. It's especially relevant here. By hiding your stuff and then deciding whether you get it back or not, and when you get it back, they're controlling the narrative. You're so focused on finding what's missing or understanding what happened that you don't even realize they're the ones pulling the strings. It's a classic distraction tactic. Another relevant law is Law 32, play to people's fantasies. In this case, the narcissist plays on your belief in your own forgetfulness or clumsiness. They know you'll naturally assume, I must have misplaced it, rather than suspecting foul play. It's subtle, but it's effective. Let me share another example. I remember I heard about someone whose narcissistic partner kept moving their car keys every morning. This person would panic, searching high and low only for the keys to show up in the most obvious place. And every time the narcissist would say something like, you really need to be more organized. Over time, this consistent gaslighting made them feel incompetent. But here's the truth. It wasn't forgetfulness. It was sabotage. So how do you deal with this? The first step is awareness. Once you recognize this behavior for what it is, you can start protecting yourself. If you notice a pattern of items mysteriously disappearing and reappearing, don't brush it off. Trust your instincts. The next step is setting boundaries. For example, if you live with someone who does this, make it clear that your belongings are off limits. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's necessary. And if they react defensively or try to guilt trip you, that's another red flag. Another strategy is documentation. If you're dealing with someone who's repeatedly doing this, keep a record. Write down when you notice something's missing, when it reappears, and any conversations you had about it. This isn't about winning an argument, it's about maintaining clarity and protecting your peace of mind. But sometimes the best course of action is distance. If someone's behavior is constantly undermining your sense of self, it's worth reevaluating the relationship. Ask yourself, is this person adding value to my life, or are they just taking up space? If they're only taking up space and adding chaos, it might be time to walk away. Before I wrap this up, I want to leave you with some more thoughts. This kind of manipulation isn't just a quirk or a bad habit. It's a deliberate choice. And while you can't control how someone else behaves, you can control how you respond. Every time you choose to trust yourself, set boundaries, and prioritize your peace, you're reclaiming your power. You're saying, I see through this, and I deserve better. And so do you. When you recognize manipulation for what it is, you're no longer trapped by the fog it creates. Instead, you're stepping into clarity, into your power. It's like flipping the script. They thought you were playing their game. But now, you're the one holding the pen. And trust me, nothing scares a manipulator more than someone who's no longer afraid to rewrite their story. You don't have to play their game. In fact, you don't even have to sit at their table. Your time, your energy, and your peace are sacred. Protect them fiercely. Thank you for joining me today. If you ever experience this kind of manipulation, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Let's create a space where we can support each other and share our experiences. And as always, Mahavani Tribe, protect your light, trust your intuition, and stay sovereign. Until next time, take care of yourself. You deserve it.